Oh shit! If I didn't. If I press the stream button already, I didn't fucking mean to. If I have, well, I'm on air apparently. Let's see. That's the wrong mouse. Where am I? I'm actually live. I bloody well am as well. Hello, people. I didn't know I was off getting a drink. I didn't realise I pressed the button, to be honest. Mega project. I didn't even realise I'd started. Oh, God. Well, it's all fun, isn't it, really? What am I doing here? Live. I think it's going to be more set up tonight, to be honest, a mega project. So, I've spent so long. I was up till nearly 2 o'clock last night trying to get these bloody logos sorted, but I finally did it with this save file now. I've just finished it off now, so I have... amazingly, right, I put all the rosters together. I didn't count anything. I put all the rosters together, and I've managed to come up with exactly 100 cores. I'm very pleased with myself there, to be honest. Good evening, Matthew. How are you? Right, so what am I doing now, then? I want to go to... I think so Mega Project has taken a lot longer than I expected. I mean, possibly we could do some tonight. I mean, Raw's ready. I think Ring of Honor is nearly ready. Well, Raw's ready. I mean, I've downloaded all the cores now, so potentially we could start using this save file tonight. If that's what you'd rather do instead. Maybe I'll just do this for now. I'll just do the rest of the setup for now, and then I'll, if you do want to watch some shows tonight, we'll do a separate stream. Just because it's a pain in the backside to change everything around on the stream itself. So we could start things off tonight. Let me so I'm going to be at least half an hour or so just finishing off the setup, I think. Because we downloaded, I spent until like 2 o'clock last night. So about 5 hours after we stopped 4 hours after we stopped streaming last night. Just to sort the logo problem out, which is... Ugh. It was terrible. It really was terrible. But I've managed to do it now. Essentially, I've had to go through and I've had to delete everyone's second attires, delete all the entrance attires, just to get those logos. Right. So I'm just having a drink. Alright, so first of all, let's delete that show. So we want 5 matches. Alright, I'm going to clear... It's making my life easier. I'm going to clear the entire roster off for now. And then I'm going to go back through and pick all of our wrestlers. So yeah, it's been a right knackering couple of days to get all this ready. I mean, like I say, the first 5 shows in the next half an hour should be ready to go. But yeah, I think the problem I've got with some of them is, well, the other save file is not a problem, but there's one, the third save file is what I'm currently doing my AEW Universe mode on. And I think what I'm going to do is I've got to do one more episode of that just to finish it off because we're at a pay-per-view. So I'll make that finale, I think, and then we'll start just moving it onto the stream as well. So I've got to finish that before I can edit that save file. Alright, let's get these rest of these things deleted. Connor. Where else are we? Liv Morgan. Matt Hardy, although Matt Hardy's probably going to go back in, isn't he? Mojo. Natalia, Naya. No Way Jose. Razor. So yeah, I downloaded the rest of the cores and got the logo sorted. It took me so bloody long, but we should be good to go straight into it then if as soon as we're ready. I think this might have been the hardest save file, to be honest. I think the other two might be less strenuous with the cores and that. Right, so can I save that as 0? Good, that's what I wanted. Right. So now I can do... This is New Japan. I don't want New Japan yet. I want Impact. Where's Impact? There it is. Matthew, I'm just doing Impact now. This is the show, literally. I'm just about to put the roster on. I just want to make sure I've got this in alphabetical order. Okay. So Abyss, not Adam Cole, what am I doing? Abyss, AJ Styles, Alex Shelley, Double A Austin Aries, Bobby Lashley. Where are you, Big Bob? There he is. Bully Ray. Well, I've got Cage, so I'll do that now. Bully Ray. Bobby Roode. Did I miss Bobby Roode? Hang on, did you? There he is, yeah. So Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode, Bully Ray, Cage, Christopher Daniels. Where are we? Christopher Daniels. Chris Sabin. Am I going? Oh, there he is. There, right underneath me. Right underneath me. Christian Cage. I'm doing really badly at this. It's because I've changed some names. I've named differently on my screen. So when I'm doing alphabetical order, it's not quite working how I wanted it to. Dave Christ. Davey Richards. Desmond Xavier. Devon is up the top, isn't he? I missed him at the beginning. There he is. Drew McIntyre. Where's Big Drew? There he is. EC3. Eddie Edwards. EY Eric Young. Ethan Page. Jake Christ. H.I.J. James Storm. Jay Lethal. Jeff Hardy. Josh Alexander. Kazarian. Is it Kazarian or Frankie Kazarian? Have I gotten this one? He's down as Frankie, isn't he? Yep, fun time Frankie. Let's go back to the Fs then. Frankie Kazarian, there you are. Killer Cruz. Kurt Angle. 2006 Kurt Angle looks like the one. Alright, so that's down to there. So we're most of the way through the roster now. We have got Magnus. I mean, we could throw Lance Archer in there, to be honest. Because Lance Hoyt was part of TNA. So that is an option. Matt Hardy, Michael Elgin, Moose. Ortiz. R-Truth. R-Truth 2012 was closer to Run the Truth Killings, I suppose, isn't it? Rhino's currently there as well. And he's on the game, so why not? Rich Swann. Roderick Strong. RVD. Otherwise known as Rob Van Dam. Sammy Callahan. Samoa Joe. Santana. Scorpio Sky. Sting. We'll go up to date Sting. TJ Perkins. There's TJP. Trey Miguel. Willie Mack. And Zachary Wentz. There we go. Boom. A 48-man roster. I believe that is spot on. I got it right first time. Nice. Yeah, it's a bit quiet. Yes, it might take a while to kick in. I mean, there's still a few people that haven't turned up yet. So I say I wasn't going to stream. It's a bit of an out of the blue sort of thing, I must admit. So it's probably my fault. I probably should have made it a bit more obvious that I was going to be on tonight. Right, first of all, then the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. Alright, put that one in. I mean, we'll see how the stream goes, I suppose. Omega Project, if it does pick up a bit, we might do a show if that's what people want to see, but the moment I've still got a fair whack of setup to do. You alright, Jay? Hi, Alex. Oh, everyone's storming in now. All the normies. And what was last then? Just a tag team. Only 3 belts. A bit boring, isn't it, really? Yeah, Nathan, it is something I'm looking to do. I'm just going to have to figure out the best place to put it at the moment because I am a bit short of cores than I expected to be. I mean, this one's complete now. I've spent many hours over the last couple of days making sure we get this right. So Impact is going to have their first pay-per-view here, so I'm going to set that up now so we don't forget. Just going to call it Impact at the moment. Yeah, here we go, Mega Project. The wheel has started turning now. Impact. So yeah, last night after I left you, for those of you who weren't here a few minutes ago, last night after I left you, I stayed on until about 2 AM, and I went through every single created wrestler. I deleted their second attires, and I deleted their I deleted the second attires, and I deleted entrance attires because we weren't watching entrances anyway. So now we do just about have all of the cores we wanted. I'm very lucky because essentially I put together some random lists of cores. I didn't count them or anything like that, and we have ended up with exactly 100, and we got the logos finally for them all as well. So we are lucky-ish, I must admit, to be honest. I'm surprised we pulled it off, but there we have. I was about to say, I'm sure I've done this already, then I realised that I haven't because it's... Well, I have, but it's... I set up the normal weekly show, not the pay-per-view, didn't I? So we're doing this one, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure... I'm not sure, Jay, at the moment, to be honest. I was still got some setup to do, but this one's nearly done now. I've downloaded the cores. I've just got to create the actual universe. I just got to create the actual setup now, the universe. So it's not too bad. So we should be okay. Nathan, if there's not many cores involved, it shouldn't be a problem. We can squeeze it in somewhere. But it depends. If we want to actually build like a full decent sort of roster sort of thing, then we might need a few cores as well. So we'll have to see which brand has the space, or which save file has the space. Don't worry, Alex, you'll always be able to watch them on demand. I won't take them down anyway, so you'll be able to watch them behind if you need to. Right, so that's this one done. Okay, so that's Impact done. So we want to set up the third and final universe in here. Then is going to be the Ring of Honor / New Japan one. I'm not sure yet, Jay. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Whether we want to go into our first couple of shows or whether I just continue the setup, because I've only done 1 out of the 3 save files so far. I won't be on for too late tonight because, like I say, I was up very late last night and I'm absolutely shattered. So I want to go to sleep at some point, I must admit. I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm going to go create a show here. Yeah, this will be New Japan and Ring of Honor, but obviously there'll be 2 separate shows, but they'll be on 2 separate shows, but on the same universe. That's what I'm trying to say. No, it's just make sure you've got a decent sized roster, Nathan. That's all. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can do. Like you say, we can throw Evolution in there. I mean, we could get Charlie Haas because you've got Shelton Benjamin. Then you can have Team Angle at least. But I'll have to have a look and see who's on the game and just make sure we can flush it out into a decent enough roster to be able to do everything you want to do with it. But like you say, there's probably a chunk of people we have on there already. What am I doing? Ring of Honor. Is it Ring of Honor first? What am I doing? So I'll make sure I actually get this the right way around. No, it's New Japan first. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a proper schedule for this because I'm gonna get very confused which shows are in which order. No, Jay, we ran out of logos last night, so I stayed up late last night. I went through every single core and deleted entrance attires and all that sort of stuff as well. So yeah, it's taken me a bit of time, but I've managed to get them all downloaded now, so we should hopefully be ready. I mean, I've downloaded everyone now. It's just it's taken a long time. Probably about an extra, I want to say 6-7 hours, because I spent a lot of time today on it as well. I got back from work about 4 o'clock, and I've been doing it since then as well. Right, so this is New Japan. I mean, I won't bother setting up the stables and that. It depends if anyone's first shows are going to involve crowning tag team champions or anything like that, then I will have to do it. But at the moment, I won't set it up. Would it be racist for me to go for the Japanese style entrance and that, or I mean, I don't want to be that guy actually. No, I don't want to be that guy. Let's go with something like I mean, this really doesn't matter, does it? Let's just go with that for now. Alright, what are we going to go for the actual matchup screen? I feel like something like this will be good for that. Oh, that's pretty good actually, isn't it? Maybe the red one? I like the red one. Yeah, let's go with the red one. Yeah, I was thinking that earlier, Matthew. I mean, Tangaloa and Lance Archer I was talking about a second ago as well as someone who was in Impact, but I mean the Impact roster's pretty good now anyway. They might not need him, but they're on this save file, so. But Tangaloa on his own, I don't think he's going to add you much, is he? Really, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. By the way, people who are booking shows, we're doing 5 matches per show now, not 7. So if you are just booking just for 5 matches per show, just so we can get through the shows a bit more decent paced. Right, so I finally finished New Japan. Spent bloody ages. Good evening, Ian. How are you? Where are we? New Japan. New Japan men's singles rankings. Right, let's sort you by A to Z. Right, so Adam Cole, AJ Styles, Alex Shelley. I've had a few extras added as well. Andrade, Bad Luck Fale, Bandido, Bobby Fischerson. There he is. Did we download Brandon Vink? Oh, we didn't get Brandon Vink. I'm sure we were supposed to download some extra people yesterday, and I could not figure it out. Brandon Vink and MVP, and that they're both missing. Okay, I'll leave that one for now, but I think we might have to just replace Brandon Vink with Shane Thorne at the moment, I think. Might be the best way forward. Anyway, Chris Jericho. Ian, do it for 5 if you want, because we're going to bolster that roster up a little bit as well, I think, just to make it a bit more interesting. We're going to give them a little bit more leeway with that one, just to beef it up a bit. Davey Boy Smith Jr., Dean Ambrose, Evil. There he is. Finn Balor. Flip Gordon. Hiroshi Tanahashi. Now, some of these cores aren't the best ones I could have got, to be honest. But they are the ones that I could get. Hiromu Takahashi. Because obviously we were short on cores and that, weren't we? So, in some cases, I've had to go for a slightly not as good core. Jeff Cobb. Jonathan Gresham. Carl Anderson, Okada, Omega, Kenta, Kota Ibushi, Kushida, Kyle O'Reilly, Lance Archer, Luke Gallows, Mark Briscoe. I throw Maria in there as well because we're going to throw in Mike Kanellis. Have I gone past Mike Kanellis? I've skipped a few here. So Marty Skull, Matt Jackson, Matt Taven, Mike Kanellis, Suzuki, Nick Jackson, Pac, Nick Jackson, Nick Miller, Pac, Ray Horus. Is that right? Yeah, Ray Horus. Well, he's a long way away, isn't he? Ray Horus, Ricochet, Roderick Strong, Sanada, Shane Fawn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Taiji Ishimori, Tamatonga Tangaloa, Tetsuya Naito, TJP, Tomohiro Ishii, Will Ospreay, and Zack Sabre Jr. Sweet, there we go. Sorry, I've been reading that a lot. Yeah, it's fine. If we've got the people in the game, Nathan, that's not a problem at all. But like I said, I'll probably build that one at the end just to make sure we get everyone. Well, we'll figure it out. It's not a problem. I'll sort it out for you, Nathan. Like I say, it's probably what I'm going to do because I'm not going to be able to stream a lot over the weekend, so probably maybe even Thursday. But Friday and Saturday I can't stream at all, so I'll hopefully get the rest of this setup all done during that period of time. Give me 1 second. I can hear some weird noise in my garden. 1 second. We're all good. We're all good. I thought the cats had come back there for a second. Ugh. The new generation, I had a right funky time a minute ago, I tell you. I had my dinner and I walked into the kitchen. I went to put my empty plate down the side next to the sink, and somebody else's cat was just sat there in my kitchen on the side. We're struggling, Joe. We're going to have to stick with the people we have on the roster, I think, to be honest. Intercontinental. We've got next. United States. Next we've got space for these belts, haven't we? Yeah, of course we have, yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely have Benoit. We'll definitely get Benoit. Eddie's on the game, isn't he, of course. Ray, Lesnar. We've got quite a lot of them on the game already. So we might just have to add a few extras around the edge. Because we're aiming for rosters between between 30 and 50, really. So we just need to make sure that we've got enough for you. There we go. There we go. That's the championships and the roster done for New Japan. Boom. There we go. I'll tell you what, New Japan's going to be fun. Whoever's got that with the amount of championships they've got. Right, calendar. We'll do on Thursdays then. We'll do Ring of Honor Television. Yeah, I got all those, Jay. Yeah, Nathan, it's obviously we want to try and get everyone's ideas implemented together, which I'm happy to do. The only reason we've got people leading is just to make sure that we don't go off. We don't go off sort of piste, if that makes sense. The whole idea is someone's sort of leading the roster, but they're not like overall in charge of it as such. It's just to make sure that we don't like go off. If we've got a situation where we got what's the way of putting it? Like if someone makes a number one contendership match one week, we've got to make sure the next person next week obviously does the actual match. So it's just a case of just trying to keep that going. I'm sure it will change a lot anyway because people aren't going to make every single stream and stuff like that. So I'm sure there will be quite a bit of rotation anyway. What's wrong? What are you trying to tell me? Is Big White back? Yeah. Right, so this is Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, we've gone Classic Ring of Honor Arena. Custom image, we've got ourselves a nice little Ring of Honor logo. Old style. That'll do. That's how it started, Nathan. That's how I intended it to be originally, but the guys in chat decided they wanted to sort of have their own specialization. And that's how I originally started, and I think that's probably what I'll have to do. I mean, you guys can put your ideas out there, but I'm gonna have to. What's up with you? Yeah, you guys can throw your ideas out there, but I'm gonna have to be a little bit more. I think the big issue we had last time was I was a little bit soft, and I think I need to know when to say no. If we're getting a bit out of hand, I think maybe. Oh, I like that actually. Or black. I like the red. Now, Nathan, if I was Vince McMahon, I'd be listening to all your ideas and just ignoring it and doing what I want to do anyway. That's how Vince McMahon works. I mean, I want you guys to have as much power in this as possible, because then nobody can moan at me if things that don't want to happen happens. You know, it's your problem then, isn't it? Yeah, that was the idea. So, I mean, like I say, I'll have to try and keep people in check where I can, and I'll listen to everyone's ideas. I mean, just because, I mean, we're all watching this together. That's the main thing. Right, so now we're on to Ring of Honor. This should be an interesting roster. Who's doing Ring of Honor? Is it New Generation, I think, wasn't it? Yeah, so Nathan, we'll still be spreading it around. Don't worry about that. Hangman Page is in this as well, isn't he? AJ Styles, Alex Shelley. So this is going to be a very similar roster to New Japan, with just a few extras, I think, and a few less. Bandito, Bobby Fish, Brody King, Bully Ray, Cesaro, Chris Sabin, Christopher Daniels, Classic Punk. I'll do Damian Priest when we get down there. We're going to go Classic Daniel Bryan then, I think. Let's go Bryan Danielson. Let's go Classic. Oh, I don't know actually, because his stats are low. We can re-edit his stats ourselves, I think, to make him better. But I think Classic Daniel Bryan would be a good shout for now. Davey Richards, Dominic Dijakovic, Dragon Lee, Eddie Edwards, Flamita. Flip Gordon, Kazarian, Hangman Page we've done, Hanson, there you are, my son, Jay Lethal. Jay Briscoe. Jeff Cobb. You know what? I've not got my list, but I'm going to throw Jerry Lynn in here because I'm sure Jerry Lynn did quite a bit of work in Ring of Honor as well. So I'm going to throw Jerry in there because I think he'll be a really good asset. But he wasn't on my list originally. So Ring of Honor, guys, you just managed to get yourself an extra roster member. I'm doing it now, Nathan. I just haven't got a camera on so you can't see me. Honestly, it's the best one you've ever seen. You've never seen a strut this good before. Jonathan Gresham. Cassius. Oh, no. I've gone past Frankie. I keep going... Oh, no, I put Frankie Kazarian in. Okay. I keep going past him all the time. Right. We did put Kenny Omega in the end, didn't we? I wasn't sure on it, but you guys demanded. Kenny Omega. What's up? What are you shouting at me for? Kevin Owens. What? You want to show me something outside? 1 second. Kyle O'Reilly. Mark Briscoe. There he is. Marty Skull. Matt Jackson. Matt Taven. Mike Kanellis. Nick Jackson. Where are we? Nick Jackson. PCO. Give me 1 second. I think there's something going on there, I think. 1 second. What are you up to? Why are you running around so madly? What's going on? Why are you so crazy? There's nothing here, you big ball bag. These bloody cat's going to be the end of me, I tell you. Right. Ugh. Right, who's talking? God, that's a load of stuff going on here, isn't it? Yeah, I think a mega project. I think that's the idea the guys are looking at. Is maybe. I mean, I don't want to permanently mix the rosters, but if you want to do some split shows, I'm happy doing that. Yeah, Jerry Lynn was a great one. Yeah. I forgot about it as well. I think I've downloaded Jerry Lynn for our Combat Zone Wrestling roster because I want him for the ECW side. For his great matches against RVD, but... Yeah, I think he's going to be really, really good there, I think. Right, PCO. PJ Black. Punishment Martinez, that's the one I was waiting for. I mean, we could even put Raven in there, to be honest. Raven did some classic... That's a good shout, actually, Matthew. Yeah, Jerry did do some time in TNA as well. I can throw him in the TNA roster if you want. I'm happy to do that with him. I mean, he's on the game already. It's not going to cost us any extra cause. I'm going to throw Raven in Ring of Honor as well, because he did a lot of early Ring of Honor work. I mean, again, it's not somebody on my list, but... I mean, that puts the Ring of Honor roster up to 50 now, at least. And it gives you a couple of extra interesting names to work with. Roderick Strong... I mean, Rhino was there, and Matt Hardy was there as well, wasn't he? Make your cat champion. They're running around everywhere. I thought something had crept in again. They were trying to fight it off, but they're just running around like bloody nutters instead. Where's Roderick Strong? Am I completely missing this? There he is. Okay, Roderick Strong. Rowe. Sami Zayn. Samoa Joe. Scorpio Sky, Seth Rollins, and Shelton Benjamin. Now my question is then with Ring of Honor is, did somebody say, did we say Will Ospreay for Ring of Honor? I think we did say Will Ospreay for Ring of Honor. I've not got him on my list again, but I think we'll add him on because I think he does work Ring of Honor as well. The only question I've got is Rhino and Matt Hardy. Where do we sit on Rhino and Matt Hardy? Are we interested in that, or are we not going to bother? I mean, they're both available should you want them. Yes? Hell yes. What am I doing then? So I'm doing Will Ospreay. Matt and Jeff. Has Jeff been in Ring of Honor? I'm happy to give special dispensation in this point of view just because you can use them as tag team champions, I suppose. But I don't know if Jeff... Does Jeff fit in the Ring of Honor side? I know he's done Impact and that. Oh, was he really? Okay, no, I'll take it back then. I forgive... I don't forgive. No, I don't need to forgive, do I? I give you all my humblest, sincerest apologies for... I didn't think he did, to be honest. Okay, so... We'll throw Rhino in there. Who knows, I might have something for him to do. Matt Hardy... Wasn't there a stable? Was it Scum? Which was Matt Hardy, Rhino, and Kevin Owens? There we go, so 53 in this roster. You've managed to get extra. They faced the Young Bucks in a ladder match. I remember the Young Bucks in a ladder match in Impact. I don't recall it in Ring of Honor, to be honest. Right, so I want Ring of Honor... Remember, these belts were a little bit rough. I mean, the Ring of Honor belts are fine. It was the Pure... the Pure Championship went terrible, to be honest. Oh, that makes sense. I don't really like Jeff Hardy, to be honest. I know everyone was always a massive Jeff Hardy fan, but I think he's a waster. I really do. I mean, fair enough. When you jump off enough stuff like that, you're going to need a lot of drugs in your system, I suppose, to... ease the pain, but maybe Omega Project there's a chance. I don't. It's a little bit out there, but maybe maybe you could have him in a tag team with Rhino. Oh, Rhino. He is Rhino. Raven or Jerry Lynn. Bring the ECW originals together. Pure Championship. Is that the Machine Guns? I think they might... Yeah, I might be thinking of like a one night only or something they did, I think, at some point. I don't think I have Jay, to be honest. Which is stupid, considering he is the Ring of Honor Heavyweight Champion at the moment, isn't he? Problem is, we've got all 100 cores already in the game now. So we're going to struggle, to be honest, if we do want to download them, we're going to really struggle here, I think. So those are done as well. So we've got all of the save file done and ready to go now. First pay-per-views then. I've got Ring of Honor down as week 3. Hi, Chloe. I mean, is Rush that important? I've never seen Rush wrestle myself, so is he that important? If he's important, we can try and remove somebody else and bring Rush in. I suppose that would be a choice for the Ring of Honor people out there. I mean, there's so many more people we could get, and there's so many more people we really would want to get, but at the same time, we are limited on cores. Okay, we'll have a look in a second then, see if we can... We'll have to delete somebody else then. We'll have to have a look and see who we need to delete. Because we're at the full 100 mark now. What was it doing? Red and black, that goes, doesn't it? So I'm just trying to set the pay-per-views up in the right place as well, so... The people who are booking these shows, please be aware of when these pay-per-views are. If you wanted to have a look, they are on the link in the description down below. I've got yeah, New Generation. You got Lethal and Gresham. Yeah, just keep an eye on when these pay-per-views are, just so we don't end up booking stuff too early or too late. So Ring of Honor's going to have theirs 3 weeks in. I'm not naming any of them yet. I'm just going to put them down as blank for now. You guys can feel free to name them as you go along. And this is New Japan. NJPW. We haven't got Kenny King either. Which again, we can get Kenny King. We saw a good one yesterday. We're going to have to delete somebody else as well. It's 1 in, 1 out at the moment, I'm afraid. Alright, New Japan, New Japan. I thought it was a bit of a weird stay with them to be in, to be honest, but... Right, so that's done now then. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna hold my hands up here. I don't honestly know. I've not watched Ring of Honor in quite some time, to be honest. So what's happening there at the moment is news to me, to be honest. This should be New Japan, not Ring of Honor. There we go. Right, so that's this one set up now. That's good to go. I mean, if we do want Rush, like I said, we'll actually we'll have a quick look now. Yeah, I knew nothing about that, to be honest. Let's have a look at Wikipedia. So I'm just reading some stuff now on Wikipedia about him, see what it says. La Faction. La Faction Ingomobiles. It's news to me, Jay. At the moment, we've got... Apparently in La Faction... I'm assuming the faction Ingobilable, whatever it's called. Is Rush, La Bestia del Ring, La Mascara, Conan, Killer Cruz, LA Park, Kenny King, Dragon Lee, and Amy Rose. I don't see anything about the other two on here, to be honest, unless it's happened really recently, but according to Wikipedia. Anyway, right. If we want to get Rush, then we're going to have to delete one of these other people. Have they? If that's the case, Jay, the Wikipedia's not been updated yet then. Because Wikipedia just says LA Park. So not LA Park. It just says Kenny King, Dragon Lee, and Amy Rose. I have no idea who those people are, to be honest. I mean, let's delete Al Snow, maybe. We don't necessarily need Al Snow, do we? Not quite sure whether Al Snow is going to be enough logos to get another person in, but we'll give it a go. I'm in the wrong universe, aren't I? So load this universe. And then Superstars, Al Snow. I mean, I don't think Al Snow's got barely any logos on him, so this could still be a problem. But hopefully we'll be alright. I mean, it's possible it might have been like a one-off sort of thing where they teamed up together in but maybe not. Doesn't look like they've actually joined or officially joined the faction, to be honest. Well, let's delete Al Snow then, and we'll see what my luck's like. I mean, I really think when I try and do this, we're just going to be hit with that. You do not have enough downloads. Delete Superstar. I hate the fact you've got to go in and take them out of the universe mode. I mean, I know it makes sense, but at the same time, it's a right pain in the backside. I wish I'd let you do it. Be much easier. Right, let's try Rush Out then. Hopefully there'll be a good one of him. That looks better, but it still doesn't really look like him. I mean, that one looks the best, to be honest. It's still terrible. It's not bad, I suppose. Fourth one. That's Leo Rush J. I mean, this one. Let me get another picture of him. I mean, it'll do, I suppose. I mean, I know for a fact it's going to say you've run out of logos. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You can only have 1,000 downloadable images. Oh, I'm sick of that fucking screen, I tell you. Sick of that bloody screen. Oh, I've got to try and find some bloody logos somewhere then. Who's got logos on them? Right. So the last thing I did before I started stream was I downloaded Ishii and I downloaded Pac. Hopefully they've got some logos on them we can get rid of. Oh god, bloody... Why can't I just load the entire logo in one lot? That's what I meant to say. Yeah, there we go. Right, come on, have you got some logo? I mean, you've got one thing on your shirt, okay. Well, we'll delete this attire. I mean, we're not watching entrances anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Doesn't matter too much, does it really? Okay. That's fine. By the way, I've had to delete AR Fox because the core was buggy. So we've got rid of him as well. And then I'll try Pac as well. I mean, I don't think this is going to be enough, to be honest. Nathan, if you're looking at attitude slash ruthless aggression, you taking Goldberg and them sort of people as well? And the guys from WCW, Goldberg, Sting, Nash Hall, Booker T. That'd be good, actually. I reckon we can build with a pretty decent roster. What am I doing here? Pack. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing pack. Here, pack. Where's Pac-Man? Oh, he's down as Neville. Okay. Well, at least if I go in here, I can change it. I thought he was in his pack. I mean, it's not a very good pack. I'll admit that. I'll be the first one to admit it. But it had the least logo, so we had to get it. I mean, I feel like there's not going to be any use here because I feel like they're all the same logos. Oh my god. Okay. Give me that one back. Alright, name information. Let's rename him as well. Oh, just give me the bloody thing. Confirm. Confirm. Okay. Right. Pack it is. Pack it in. There we go. Yep, change that. And do that. Hopefully this will give us enough logos. I've always said, in my opinion, I don't care how old you are. If you're good enough to work, then you're good enough to work. I mean, who's going to tell Chris Jericho to get out the ring? I mean, he's one of the oldest guys in AEW, but he's also very, very talented in what he does. And same with PCO as well. I fully agree when it comes to the likes of Goldberg and people like that. Not bad, thank you, Alex. So I'm pretty tired because I was up pretty late last night trying to get all these cores and everything sorted. So I've been pretty tired all day. So I mean, I'm not going to be streaming too late tonight because I want to go to bed. That sounds like a cat problem. 1 second. What? What are these noises about? Oh, you're only sick. Ooh. Okay, come here. Fucking cat. Okay, who'd have him? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, you little prick. Why do you have to make it to the carpet? Little bastards. Little bastards. What was I doing? She's just like I saw she was a dirt. She looked like she was going to be sick. But it's all right, guys. She managed to get in from the garden and make it all the way to the carpet before she was sick. Little bastards. Alright, Justin, how are you, man? God, you're up early, aren't you? It's 10 to 9. I suppose you're working from home, aren't you? You've got to be up this time, I suppose, haven't you? Yeah, they bug it whenever. I know they're going to do it. But the fact she ran and made her way all the way to the made her way all to the carpet, and she couldn't be sick on the wooden floor. I think she had to make it to the bloody carpet. I don't know if these 7 logos are going to be enough to get rushed, but hopefully. I mean, we'll have to call this quits on the downloads now. 7:30. I thought you were 12 hours behind or ahead. I don't know which one it is. Bloody hell then, mate. 11 hours, bloody hell. 11 hours in the future. What's the future like, Justin? Do you all live underwater yet, or...? Is there like flying cars and that? Yeah, nobody else seems to do that apart from us, do they? So this is the one we were trying to get, wasn't it? Oh my god, I hate that screen! I mean, this one's pretty bad. Oh, still too many freaking logos. Fucking Jay causing problems as always. Right, where are we? We'll have to delete some more logos from somewhere around. Right, I think what we're gonna have to do then is, I don't know. Let's try and figure. I want to get this done. I want to get this finished. And get this finished, then we're all sorted. Then. Right, where are we then? Who was doing Impact? I can't remember now. Was it you, Matthew? Who else is going to have logos on? I think I've gone through everybody now, though. I'm sure I've gone for absolutely everybody. I think Impact might be one of our first shows, but because of the way I've set it up, the first show is going to have 7 matches, and then moving forward, they're going to have 5. And the first pay-per-view is after 3 shows. So just to let you know. I haven't yet, Justin. It's taken me so long just to do this one save file. I'm really struggling at the moment. And this logo limit thing is just absolutely dire still. Who haven't I done yet? Who haven't I deleted the logos off of? I think I've done more or less everyone, to be honest. Let's have a look at Nick Tremont. You got 2 attires or 1? Oh, you've got a second attire. Okay. I mean, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I actually prefer this attire, though, to be honest. I'm going to copy this into this slot. And then we'll delete that. And we'll delete that as well. Like I said, I've always said I don't think it really matters to me. It's a bit like when people say about, oh, AEW just got lots of ex-WWE wrestlers. As far as I'm concerned, it's down to the ability to wrestle. I don't really care where they've been in the past if they're good enough to wrestle. Yeah, it's all down to how good you are. I mean, there's wrestlers that are young that are not good enough, and there's wrestlers that are old that are very good. I don't think age really should come into it too much, to be honest. Unless you're Terry Funk, then you should stop. It shouldn't be a problem, Nathan, because we're not going to use the entrances. And we decided beforehand just to skip the entrances, just to speed the streams up a little bit, because it makes the loading screens a lot longer than that as well. So we only really care about the ring attire at the moment. Let's try Nick Gage, just in case. Or we could have Naked Pac. The Naked Pac-Man. Ian, I was just about to ask if you're still there. Yeah. Well, that's it, Ian. You've got someone like the Great Khali who's not old, but he should definitely give up at the end of the day. Oh, he has given up now, hasn't he, really? But Ian, I've just seen your suggestion for the NWA, Is the Crockett Cup the Tag Team Championship tournament, or is it the Yeah, is it the Tag Team Championship tournament, or is it a singles tournament? I can't remember, to be honest. Great Khali would have been fantastic in the olden days. Yeah, I agree. But the time frame they tried to put him into the ring, Great Khali was just from a sales point of view, it was all marketing. They wanted to use somebody who was from that part of the world. It was an untapped market for them, just like what they did with Jinder Mahal just before the Indian tour. They wanted to make sure they had the championship on Jinder Mahal to make sure they maximised as much sales as they possibly could. They're clever people. They never let a good story get in the way of money. My plan, Justin, is because my parents are coming to visit for the weekend, so I'm not going to be able to stream on Friday or Saturday. So probably what I'll do is I'll get the rest of the setup done on Friday and Saturday. So hopefully I should be able to, if you keep an eye on the spreadsheets and that, I should be able to get it all sorted over the weekend. I'm looking to stream again on Sunday, probably the main one. Let me really kick into life in this. We're still doing a lot of setup. I might end up just doing all setup again tonight by the looks of it. Okay, let's see if that's enough logos. There's always method behind the magic. There's always method behind the madness for WWE, even if it's not logical. Say it's all about the money for them. Some of the stuff they've done in the last few years that involve money is crazy. I mean, like Jinder Mahal being the championship and Jinder Mahal being the champion, and I mean the whole Saudi Arabia stuff is dodgy enough as it is. I mean the Saudi Arabia stuff was absolutely shocking, but the blood money's there, so they keep going. That's the main thing, and it's pretty rough, to be honest. But like I said, they'll never let anything get in the way of making extra money. That's the way they are. They're more interested in making money than keeping the fans happy. But I think now they've actually got some competition. It's not quite at WWE's level, of course, AEW at the moment. But they'll be looking over their shoulders a bit. But I think AEW is being very, very wise at the moment, because AEW are attacking all the parts of the market that WWE are ignoring. So the adult audience, they're attacking the tag team audience. So they're being very clever, AEW at the moment. They're not going like for like against WWE. They're picking their battles and they're winning those battles. Right. Hopefully this is enough now. Please be enough. Yay! Nice, Bob Saget. That's what we like to hear. No, I've not watched anything in a long time, Justin, to be honest. Hiya, Joseph. Yeah, I even watch Dark every time it comes out as well. I never like to miss any days before Dark. Dark should be interesting tonight because John Moxley's gone up against Robert Anthony, who is Robert Anthony was training in Combat Zone Wrestling the same sort of time that Moxley was. So that should be interesting. It's 9 o'clock already, bloody hell. Time flies when you're making universes. Can you do a reaction video of pissing Mario? Oh, I think that might be a bit too hot for the internet, mate, to be honest. I've got to try and keep my wits about me. Don't want to get too excited. Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying what they're doing is correct, Omega Project. I'm not saying what they're doing. There's a lot of things in the world that I'm like this with. I understand why they do it, but I don't agree with it. And I think that's the sort of thing that you see a few times, to be honest. Right, there we go. We finally got Rush. I think we're sorted then on this one. So this is this one. We've got the pay-per-views in there as well. Let me just set the other ones up because I moved a couple of bits around over the last couple of days. So Universe, load. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, my friend PJ Toby watches NWA every now and again, and he was laughing about the fact that they were towards the end of March, they still had a Christmas tree in the arena because they pre-record so far ahead that it's just a bit mad, really. So I'm going to, because I've just realised I've not actually done pay-per-view dates for Raw and SmackDown, so I'm going to throw those in around here. Okay. I mean, no one's taken any ownership of Raw and SmackDown, so I've written the first Raw card already, because the first Raw pay-per-view is going to be here. So the good thing about this is I can just use random stuff off the game. I ain't got to faff about too much now, then have I? I can use... What do I want to use? What should be the pay-per-view? Do something crap. Let's just do Backlash. That'll be fine. Yeah, I've not watched W in a very, very long time as well. Yeah, I think everyone's conditioned against Raw and SmackDown now. I mean, the thing is, even if you... Sometimes when I do watch bits and bobs of it, it's not that bad, but you just... We've all got that mindset now. We just don't want to be anywhere near it, I think. It's cool now to be uncool. What do I want to do here? I want to do show logos. Is that a thing I can pick? Arena images. That should do it. Backlash. Here we go. And that can stay as it is. Backlash. 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 I keep going. I'm so used to going across. It's just muscle memory now. I'm not sure. New generation. To be honest, we are sort of ready to go now. To be honest, I'm just in the last couple of bits. I'm just setting up the pay-per-views and that. So we are sort of ready to go. But I've only done this first save file. I've still got 2 save files left to do, but we can get 5 shows out of this easily enough. So week 5 is the Combat Zone Wrestling pay-per-view. Let's put that in there. We can always change the date, that sort of stuff later on, I think, as long as there is a pay-per-view locked in. It's going to be either Impact, New Japan, or Raw. They're all down as the first 3 shows, all on the first day. I mean, I've already pre-booked a card for Raw, so we're ready to go on that one. I don't know what you guys have you guys already on the other ones? Yeah, I mean that's the problem. Justin, I've said this sort of stuff with WWE before. It is very aimed towards the child audience, so it can become incredibly easy to predict what's going to happen on everything. I mean, I can go into any WWE pay-per-view and tell you at least 75% of the winners before it's even started. Okay, that's done then. I do need to remember to remove all the champions from the brands. I don't think this should matter on this one because I don't think any of these guys... AJ's going to be on. Is that everything? Yep, that looks like it. Okay, that's that one done. Well, I think I booked a pretty decent Raw card for the first show, to be honest. I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. I used to really enjoy backyard wrestling, Alex, when I was younger. I got quite a few DVDs off the internet and that sort of stuff. It was quite, I mean, it's not really the height of a quality, is it really? But if you just want something fun for a few minutes, then it was always quite comedic. I mean, you're never going to see the next best thing on there, are you, really? Then again, I thought that when I started watching Combat Zone Wrestling as my first ever set of independent shows, and the very first show I watched had John Moxley, Adam Cole, and Sami Callihan on there. Oh, I've not linked... yeah, that's the problem at the moment. Matthew, let me have a quick look. What have I done? I've done Ring of Honor, New Japan, Impact, and Raw. So I've done those ones. Give me 2 minutes, and I'll put them all in the description. Are we? This is the right one, isn't it? Okay, so... I mean, these sheets are still a bit rough, because I think I've got them mostly done now, but... Right, so Impact. I'm just getting the links in the description now. Give me 1 second. Copy the link. Impact Wrestling. New Japan. Yeah, these sheets take me a bit of time to produce. Unless Justin, yeah, you are out there, aren't you? Oh yeah, WWE's in the SWE universe mode. We've sort of we've inceptioned it now. Justin, you've used a Google Sheets a bit more than me, I think. Do you know if there's a way that I can copy a complete sheet? So at the moment, I'm just copying and pasting them across onto new ones, but can I copy the whole sheet and just change the letters around? Because it might save me a bit of time doing it that way. I mean, it's not a problem. I'm doing it all while I'm supposed to be at work anyway, so it's not really an issue for me, but it'd be nice to be able to knock them out a bit quicker. I've clicked everything I can find. I just can't find anything where it let me just completely copy the sheet and create like a second duplicate one. I tried copying and pasting stuff directly to Excel earlier, and that caused some right issues, that did. Ring of Honor. And Raw. Yeah, I thought you should be able to, Justin, but I just can't, for some reason, I just can't find a way of doing it. It seems like an obvious thing that you should be able to do. I'm sure I'm just missing something obvious, but if I can just copy and paste the entire sheet, and then that might work. Right, I've just put the, I put Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor, and Raw in the description down below. You might need to refresh the stream to see it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still quite relatively new to the stream and stuff. And I should have on there, if you go to the shows page on any of those, it should show you how many shows there are. So if I click on New Japan, for example, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes in the pay-per-view. That sounds pretty grim, that does, Alex. I suppose when you like that, New Generation, you just popped into my spreadsheet. I can see you. Apparently you're the anonymous raccoon, it tells me. Yeah, it seems, I'm sure there should be a way to do it, Justin, to be honest, but... Open a new tab, remove, rename... maybe I should just Google it rather than asking people, shouldn't I, really? Google Sheets, Duplicate spreadsheet. To duplicate a sheet, click the tab of the sheet you want to duplicate, then duplicate it from the menu that appears. Now that's just duplicating it from one tab to the next. I want to duplicate the entire book. Oh no, maybe not, okay. File, edit. What one's that then? That is sheet duplicate. So I'm getting distracted. 1 second, I'll be with you soon. Just see if there's. I mean, it would make my life a lot easier if I could just duplicate the entire sheet and just change the wording of each one rather than creating a new one. But well, I can do charts and all sorts. Get very posh then. It's got to be one of these, isn't it? Make a copy. Oh, I've found it, Justin. I think I found it, my man. Has that worked? Yep, that works. I found it, Justin. Don't worry, mate. It's you go into the sheet, you go to file and press copy sheet, and it makes a brand new one. Sorry about that. That was me doing IT work with you. Right, we're sorted now. Okay. Have I done this then? Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted where I was there for a second. I got into spreadsheet mode and my brain sort of melted. So the last one I want to do is just a raw one. You book New Japan. I think you got 5 matches. I made a bit of a cock up with Impact, so Impact's got 7, but and Raw's got 7 as well for the first episode. But everything else, oh, I think I might have messed. Actually, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. I have to check that now as well. All right, so calendar. So that should be a 5-match show. That should be a 5-match show. It is. Okay, so those 2 are done. And if we go into Universe Championships, just vacate all of these. Okie doke. Okay, that's good. I don't know why I'd had to ask and I couldn't just look myself, to be honest, but I did find it. I've looked at it a few times today, but I've just been I've been copying and pasting everything across, and that was a bit of a pain in the backside, that was. Right, let me just check to make sure I've done this right. So, Matthew, you booked, it's going to be 5 matches going forward, but, why is John Cena not on the roster? I did do that roster right, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, so, Matthew, I was saying when it's going to be 5 matches moving forward, but it'll be 7 matches for the first show, I think. I think New Japan is fine at 5. So because of that, we should start to get through these a little bit quicker. I know we can have a lot more shows to do, but they've got smaller rosters as well. Let me just check to make sure these are set up correctly. Then I think we're good to go. So it'll be your guys' decision, really. So the first 3, technically, should be either Impact, New Japan, or Raw. So if you guys want to make a decision of what you want to watch first. But I'm going to have to stop the stream and restart it just for ease for me, I'm afraid. But it won't be. It will be literally like about 30 seconds it'll be down for. So you guys let me know what you want to see. What do you want to do first? You want to do Ring of Honor? Do you want to do... Not Ring of Honor, sorry. Do you want to do Impact, New Japan, or Raw? I mean, we've already got Impact booked. Matthew's booked an Impact already. New Generation's booked a New Japan, and I've booked a Raw. So, I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, what are we now? 9:15? I mean, I don't want to be on 2. Like, we might only get 1 show done in this stream. Maybe 2. So it's up to you guys what you want to see. Give me 2 minutes. And I'm going to cancel the stream off and I'm going to start a fresh one. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be